For 1,000 years, one institution held absolute spiritual power in Western Europe, the Catholic Church. Its authority was unquestionable, its pope the voice of God on earth. To challenge it was to challenge God himself. But the new ideas of the Renaissance had taught men to question everything. And in Germany, one monk, armed with a hammer, a piece of paper, and a conscience on fire, was about to start a revolution that would tear the world apart. The story begins with a practice known as selling indulgences, donations to the church that were promised to reduce a soul's time in purgatory. To a devout monk and theologian named Martin Luther, this looked like selling salvation. Furious, in 1517, Luther wrote his 95 Theses, a list of arguments against indulgences, and famously nailed it to the door of a church in Wittenberg, Germany. He argued that salvation was a gift from God, granted through faith alone, not something that could be bought. He believed the Bible, not the Pope, was the ultimate authority. Luther's ideas would have once been silenced, but thanks to the new printing press, his 95 Theses were copied and spread across Germany in weeks. His challenge to the Pope's authority went viral. In 1521, Luther was excommunicated and summoned by the Holy Roman Emperor to the Diet of Worms, where he was ordered to recant. He refused, famously declaring, "Here I stand, I can do no other." Luther's courage inspired a movement. The Reformation fire spread across Europe, with new leaders like John Calvin in Switzerland preaching his own stern vision of Protestantism, and King Henry VIII of England breaking with the Pope for more personal political reasons. The dream of a unified Christendom was dead. Europe was now bitterly divided between a Catholic South and a Protestant North. This schism would unleash more than a century of horrific religious warfare. Nations and empires tore themselves apart over the question of the true faith. The conflict reached its apocalyptic climax in the 30 Years' War, a struggle that devastated Germany and killed millions. The bloodshed finally ended in 1648 with the Peace of Westphalia. The treaty established a new reality. The ruler of a land would determine its religion. The age of universal religion was over. The age of the nation-state had begun. The Protestant Reformation was a spiritual revolution that reshaped the map of Europe and the mind of the individual. It led to devastating wars, but it also championed ideas of individual conscience and skepticism towards authority. With Europe now a patchwork of rival Protestant and Catholic kingdoms, each with their own ambitions and anxieties, a new race for gold, God, and glory was about to begin on the high seas. The stage was set for a new age of global competition and discovery.